Hi everyone, so today I wanted to talk to you guys about freezer meals. I got a lot of questions asking like how I prepare for a newborn differently than I did with Logan, and basically everything is different, but the main thing is freezer meals. With Logan I did not look past labor and delivery, and I didn't even consider all the bumps in the road during postpartum, but we made it. And the one thing I remember from that is that I was eating really poorly, because Rob works 5 evenings a week and I was alone with a baby and I was nursing a lot, and there was a lot of difficulty with that. So it was really easy to just whip up something really easy like a pizza or some takeout or just soup. Like I wasn't really like eating a lot of nutritious stuff, and I actually felt really guilty about that because I was producing milk and I was feeding Logan with that, and I wasn't putting the best stuff in my mouth. And it showed on the scale as well. Like I lost 25 pounds in the first week after giving birth. And then I stalled out and I actually gained a few pounds before I went on to the Bikini Body Mommy Challenge and actually lost it all. So that was the one thing I really wanted to do differently this time, is make sure that I had meals ahead, like planned ahead. So it was really easy for me to whip up something healthy for me and for Logan in this case. So what I went and did is I looked up all ways you can do that. And freezer meals are definitely the easiest. For our family preferably, it's either crock pot meals or casserole dishes. And what I did is I just browsed around Pinterest and I looked up all things, like crock pot meals you could freeze or casseroles you could freeze. And I picked I don't know, I think I had like 20 different recipes picked out, and we could try that had ingredients that I knew we would love, or that was a dish we would love in general, that we would eat right now a lot as well. And I just started trying them out. So I think I started like somewhere in December or so, just like 3 times a week we would eat a meal that could be frozen and stored for later, but we were just going to taste it basically. And if Rob and I liked it, then that was good. If Logan did not like it, I didn't care, because basically Logan has complete toddler behavior right now. You can put a meal in front of him and he will devour it. If you put that same meal in front of him a few days later, he could just slide it to the side and be like, nope, not eating that, that's gross. So I didn't really listen to his preferences, but I did take in Rob's opinion basically. And if we both liked it, then that was a recipe that I would write down and be like, that's the recipe we're going to make multiple meals off and store it into our freezer. And I ended up having about, I don't know, 6 or 7 freezer meals that were either crock pot or casserole, and that we all loved, and that would work in the postpartum time. And then I also added like burritos. Like I have breakfast burritos, I have Southwest roll up in my freezer, and like meatballs and stuff like that. So I'll just link my Pinterest board down below with all the freezer meals that I have in my freezer right now and that we love as a family. And basically what I did is I made like 6 to 8 batches of every recipe. So I end up having about 40 plus meals in my freezer. And I thought 40 was a good number because Rob works part-time and he either works like 3 to 4 evenings, or he has like a day shift, like 3 in the afternoon. And that means that 3 out of the 7 nights a week we actually eat together, and we could probably manage to make a proper meal from scratch. If not, then we have a freezer meal on hand just in case. But I didn't want Rob to come home at like 3 in the afternoon and still have to either make it a meal from scratch or take both kids off my hands so I can make a meal from scratch. And if he's gone during the evenings, then it's very easy for me to just have the crock pot on all day, or to throw in a casserole for like 20 minutes. Because that's just like putting it in and putting it out, and that's really easy. So if you want to go and make a lot of freezer meals yourself, I suggest you go and look into what will work for your family. Would you rather have casserole dishes or crock pots, or just something you can heat up in the pan, or just have like a whole bunch of different sauces ready, so all you have to do is like cook some spaghetti or something like that, or cook some rice. Whatever would work for your family, go look into those recipes and make sure those recipes contain food you actually love, or just go double up the food you're already making and freeze those so you can heat that up in the pan. whatever would work for your family. Another thing I would suggest is think about what kind of meals you want. Do you want breakfasts, lunches, or dinners? So what I'll do is I'll link my Pinterest board down below on the freeze meals so you can see kind of like which websites I used, which recipes I've used, and it also explains like how to like store them and how long you can store everything, which is really nice and easy, and like how to heat them up, which is really important. And I think that's it for this video. I'm really excited to try out all the meals, and it makes meal planning so much easier because I just plan the meals and like, what do I still have in my freezer? And I just like pick out a few things. Even now when I'm like full term, I don't always feel like cooking. Like actually I never feel like cooking. So I'm already like starting to slowly use some of the freezer meals where I'm like, oh, Rob's not going to be home that day. It's going to be really easy to just pick that recipe and just put it in a crock pot. And then on a day off, I can actually double up some sort of recipe again to like stack back up. But it saves me a lot of time when Rob's not home all day and I'm already feeling tired to just like quickly whip something up. Like it's healthy, it's easy. I love it. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions about freeze meals, leave those in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!